Okay, here we go. This is this is specimen paper B. So the whole lesson today, you start off by doing specimen paper B. Try the questions first, then look at my answers. Don't just look at the answers first, that's stupid. Right, first question, it says money has to be hard wearing because. Now, think about it, hard wearing, which means like it doesn't break or it doesn't like rip or anything like that. Now, banks need to move it around a lot. It's a bit stupid because banks, it's not like, it doesn't make any sense, to be honest, so let's not go with that. It must be acceptable by shops. I could see why you'd say that, because if it's all ripped and stuff, then it won't be acceptable, but it's not quite right. Shops keep it in tills, that's a bit average. It's because it changes hands many times. That's what I'd go with. Right, which of the following is not a security feature used on banknotes? Right, this is one where you've just got to check for it. Watermark is used, special paper is used, metallic threat is, it's coloured ink. Now I know banknotes have got different colours, but that's not a security feature. So it's always going to be that answer. Okay. In the UK, now we know this question now. How many £2 coins a shop can accept in payment for a customer? The answer is any amount. So with £2 coins, you can use literally hundreds and hundreds of £2 coins. They've got to accept it. Right. Next one. Job seekers allowance cannot be claimed by someone who is. Now, it's from the age of 16. So it can be claimed by someone over the age of 18, sorry. It can be claimed by someone who's under age pension. It can be claimed by people under the age of 21, 16 plus. But it can't be claimed by someone over state pension age. Those people get a pension rather than job seekers allowance. Right, which of the following most commonly describes someone who works themselves? So it's not going to be an apprentice, because that's someone who has just started a job and they're not getting paid much. And it's something you might do when you come out of school. Someone who works themselves, they're going to be self-employed. Right? The only one you might have potentially gone with is self-funded, but that's not even a real term. They've put it there to scare you. Okay, the amount of income tax that a person pays depends on and the answer is earnings. So the more you earn, the more income tax you pay. Remember, that first £10,000 you earn, that is your personal allowance. You don't pay any income tax that first amount. Then it goes up and up. Okay, during the 2014-15 tax year, he's earning $4,670. Now this is easy because we know the previous question. How much income tax does he pay? He pays nothing, because that first £10,000 you don't pay any income tax. Right, question number 8. Someone who has several financial transactions each month would find it best to have which type of an account? Now, your normal account for banks is called a current account. That's just your normal account. So that would be the one to go with. If you want to do lots and lots of transactions, transaction just means lots and lots of payments. Current account is the one that makes sense. Because savings account, you can't really use that, because normally with a savings account it says you've got to keep your money in for a certain amount of time, and a deposit account isn't a real thing, nor is a card, so the answer is current. Right, main difference between a notice account and an instant access account. A notice just means you have to give them notice if you want to take money out. That's normally a savings account, and an instant access account is one which you can access your money whenever you want. So with a notice account, it's this answer. Customers must give the provider warning before drawing the money out. That's not true. That's not true. It's not always. There's no always with these things. Like, normally with a notice account, the interest rate would be higher, but it's not always higher. It just might be higher. Depends on whether you've got a good account or not. Okay, pre-printed paying instance. Before they complete it, show 2 numbers. These are, I don't know, so I'm just going to check that. What's that? Well, I've Googled it, and I'm pretty sure it is the, the sort code and the account number, because it's already printed onto the slip, which makes it much quicker for you to have to write it. So it'd be your own paying slips. That's what I'm going with. It's sort code and account number. Okay. Number 11. Compared with keeping savings at home, open a savings account is which of the following? Right? Let's face it, keeping savings at home, it's a lovely idea, but if someone comes in, they might nick it. So it is safer to open a current account than a savings account and keeping your savings at home. Right, next one. 12. Tom, who is currently unemployed, is deciding on which type of savings account will be best for him. Right? So he's going to go for some sort of a savings account. He wants to make sure that he can get his money quickly and whenever he wants it. So normally with a savings account, if you can get your money quickly and you get it whenever you want it, you're going to have quite a low rate of interest. But he's going to have to go for which type of savings account? I would go with quickly and whenever he wants. It's going to be instant access. So the answer is A. I don't really know what regular saver is. Notice means you'd have to give notice, so it doesn't work. An investment, don't know what that is, so it's A, instant access. Right, Sally is thinking about changing a car, which is very nice for Sally. Right, before she decides which car showroom to buy from, she does some research. Right, this is ridiculous, right? So the answer is shopping around. That's just what it is. Now you've got to do a tiny bit of maths for number 14. Right, 1 tin of dog, now always do the maths, because you might as well, you're allowed a calculator. 1 tin costs 50p. She's going to buy 12 tins, so if she bought 12 tins, it would cost her £6. But she gets a discount. She gets a discount of 10%. So 10% of £6 is 60p. So it means it's going to cost her £5.40. There we are. Right, number 15. Now, original capital, that's a posh way of saying the original money you put in. So capital is just a posh word for money. Right. Which of the following does not risk losing any original capital? Now, if you gamble and you lose your original money, so that's gone. If you do the national lottery and you don't win anything, you lose your original money. Stocks and shares, if your stocks goes down, you lose your money. The answer is premium bonds. Your money stays there, but every month your money goes into a prize draw. Right, number 16. When people have premium bonds, so they don't get any interest, but what they get instead is a chance of winning a cash prize. There we are. Right, we're moving on quickly. So 17. Why do currency exchange rates vary? Right. Now, there's no such thing as a World Bank who decides how much currencies are worth. They don't vary to make international trade easier. It actually would make it harder, let's face it. And Visa and MasterCard have no choice on how much currencies are worth. Basically, if loads and loads of people are buying currency, it normally goes up in value. If not many people are buying it, it goes down. For example, when the UK was having the Olympics, lots of people needed pounds because they were coming to the UK, so therefore the pound got stronger. So anyway, the answer is A. Right, 18. Mika? I'm going to go with Mika. It could be Mika, it could be anything. It could be a bloke, it could be a girl, I can't work it out. Oh, it's he. He wins $1,000, which is exciting for him, right? He gets $1.5 for every £1. He decides to keep £100 and puts the rest in the bank. So, okay, let's do that. He is getting 900 US dollars. That's how much he gets. But each dollar is only worth £1. Sorry, each $1.50 is worth £1. Oh, it must be 600. Right, the answer is 600 because it's 2/3. Yeah, 2/3. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. So it's 600A. I wasn't sure myself there. If you're not sure about that, ask each other about that one. It's just annoying maths, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Right, here we go. This is a payslip. Now, all they're doing is they're showing you the full payslip. Now, I can be boring just for a second and show you things, right? This is the number that everyone loves seeing. This is their gross pay. This is all the money they're getting in. So they're really excited about this. The problem is you then have loads of deductions like tax, national insurance and pensions, which means actually you lose all that money and the net pay, this is the amount you actually get to come home with. So instead of getting 1,116, you actually end up getting 876 going into your bank. All the rest of this stuff, like a tax code, just says this decides how much tax you have to pay. What else? This just says how much tax you paid that year. This is how much pension you paid that year. And that is about it. Oh, that's your national insurance number, which basically just makes you different to everyone else. Every single person's got a number that makes them unique. Anyway, look at the above and answer the following 3 questions. Right, payslips detail both gross pay and net pay. Net pay is gross pay minus, and the answer is all deductions. So a deduction is a posh word for things taken away. Right, next question. I have to flick back and forth on this one. All employees can earn a certain amount of each year before paying income tax. This figure makes a person's Right, it's not national insurance number, because that's just a thing that decides who people are. A sort code is something for a bank. A staff number wouldn't make any sense. The answer is tax code. So your tax code says how much personal allowance you get. Right, 21. Which of the following deductions, which is things taken away, so a minus, will always appear on the payslip each month? Right, business mileage won't, because and car parking, because that's actually a money in. That doesn't make any sense either. Right, income tax, that would. national insurance would, and pension deductions would. So that is the right answer. Overtime, car parking and income tax? No. So it's C, right? Because it's deductions, things taken away. Right, we're getting there now. We're on to question number 22. Right, there's a picture of a bank account, a ATM, if you didn't know what it was. That stands for an automated teller machine. Right, to withdraw money from an ATM machine, you need to enter which of the following? You have to enter your PIN, that's it. Come on now. Please say you got that right. Right, moving money monthly from a current account to a savings account can best be achieved by doing which of the following? I do it with a standing order. So that means every month it automatically goes out my bank. And then later in the month I have to take the money back because I've run out of money. But the idea is there anyway. Okay, when saving money, which of the following types of interest rate applies? It is always something called APR, which is the annual percentage rate. AER is not a real term. Base, you don't need to know about, and tracker, you don't need to know about. So the answer is B. Here we go. We're on to case study 3. The following 3 questions. But VAT is a form of... Now, it's a posh word. We know what that word now means. Expenditure just means... I'm going to try and write it. It just means spending. I need to get a little pen for this. It just means spending. So the answer is B. Because VAT, anytime you buy something, you normally have to pay 20% on it. However, there are certain items where you don't have to pay as much. For example, if you buy a new car for your tyre, tyre for your car, and it's priced at £40 plus VAT, how much VAT will you pay? Well, I just googled it. So VAT on car tyres is 20%. There's only a few things that aren't 20%. For example, like children's clothes, you don't have to pay VAT on. And there's something else, I can't remember what it was. Or was it food? I can't remember. Anyway, £40 plus VAT. So how much VAT will he pay, if any? He will pay, what's 20% of £40? Like 10% of £40 is £4, so it's double that. So it is £8. Right. Maggie. She spends £570 each year on her daily newspapers, which is a ridiculous amount of money, Maggie. You've really got to look at yourself. Right. Approximately how much, if any, money is she spent on VAT? Now, it turns out VAT on newspapers and magazines is nothing, so you don't have to pay any VAT on it. So the answer is 0, which is good, because that means you don't actually have to do any calculations. Right, next one. Right, home straight, 28. Look at the above and answer the following 3 questions. Right, I'm looking above. Shows the exchange rate and commission for Indian rupees. Right, that's just the Indian currency. Right. Now, commission is the amount of money the bank will make, or like the company you buy the currency off. They sometimes ask for a percentage of the money, just because they're annoying and they want to make money out of you. Right, the commission shown in the table above is which of the following? The providers, right, is this a fee? So it's now a fee is the way they make some money out of it. So if you go to a building society, they'll make you pay 5% fee on doing it. So is it a good idea to go to a building society? No, you'd be much better to go to it's between going to the post office and the travel agent, because the travel agent, you get a really good exchange rate, you get the most amount of rupees to your pound. However, you still have to pay 5% commission, so I bet the next question will be about that. Right, if you went to the ABC Bank, how much would 1217.5 Indian rupees cost in pounds sterling? This is horrible. Right. That's easy, isn't it? Is it easy? You must have to divide... Oh yeah, you must divide 1... Let's try it. I'll see whether I can do the numbers here. You must do that number 1201.5 divided by... I'm going to say, which one is it? ABC Bank. Divided by 80.1. That's what I'm going to go with now. I'm just going to check my calculator, see if that makes any sense. Right, I came up with the answer, and you might have done as well, as the answer of 15. Now, I looked to my side, and 15 is there, so I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to say it's going to cost £15. Right, which, if you think about it, probably makes a lot of sense. If £1 is 80 rupees. Is it? Does that make sense? Oh, right, 15 times. What's that? Don't go away. Right, don't go away, I'm still there. I'm on my calculator. I'm doing 15 times. I'm just like going backwards to see if it makes any sense. Yeah, it does. I mean, that's the number that comes up. So I would say that that is the answer, is 15. Now, there's no commission on that one, so it's easy. Which of the following would buy the most Indian rupees for someone changing money? Okay, so this is your complicated one. It's between the post office and the travel agent. So you've actually got to do quite a lot of maths for this one. They're going to make you fight to get an A star here. So you get, which one gives you the most rupees? The one that gives you the most is the travel agent. They give you 85.2. But you've actually got to do the calculation because you have to pay a 5% commission. So it's between 83 and 85. Oh God, what am I doing? 85 point. I need to say it. 85.2. Right. So, what is 5% of 85.2? So I do. I'm going to see what the number comes out. So I'm going to do 85.2 times 0.95. I'm doing 95% of 85.2. That comes out as 80.94. So the best rate you're going to get is from the post office. Because even though the rate's slightly worse than the travel agent, you don't have to pay a commission. So the answer is post office. Right. Well done. I think we're there. I hope you enjoyed that. Now go on to the next one.